Johan Rank's latest film, Spaceman, stars Adam Sandler and Oscar nominee Carey Mulligan in a bizarre space drama that explores the furthest reaches of the solar system and the depths of human emotion. Sandler plays Jakub, an astronaut on a solo mission to explore the mysterious Chopper cloud, leaving behind his pregnant wife, Mulligan, on Earth. 6 months into his trek, Jakub begins to experience loneliness and fears of losing his loved ones, which also happens to be when a bizarre stowaway, voiced by Paul Dano, appears to help the man navigate his feelings. Check out the video above or the transcript below for Rank's conversation with Collider's Steve Weintraub, where they dig into the filmmaker's inspiration for making the film. They discuss the massive changes throughout the editing process and how Dano's character, Hannes the Spider, could easily be transformed at that stage. Rank also talks about his time working with David Bowie on the singer's final music videos for Black Star and Lazarus, his involvement in Dune, Prophecy, and his next feature project with Barry Keoghan currently titled Amo Saddam. Johan Rank. Wow, I've never thought in those terms in my entire life. That's an interesting question. I've never watched anything I've done since I'm done with it anyways. I hardly even know what it is, what all those things may or may not be. I guess the answer should contain what would represent me or what would be a good representation of what I've done, and so on and so forth. I wouldn't know. What I do know is that some things have been more popular than others. I know that Chernobyl was quite popular and people seem to have liked that on a general level. So, I guess I recommend that then, because it seems like it's almost like a foolproof piece of something that people can watch and take something enjoyable away from it. You got to direct and work with David Bowie on 2 music videos towards the end of his life. What was that collaboration like? RNCK, that was formative for me. It was really an incredible experience just to have met and worked with this gentleman in the way we did. We did the 2 last videos, and the very last one of those 2 was released a day before he passed away. Many people have looked upon those videos and can consider them as a sort of deliberate epitaph or something like that. But it wasn't, really. Those videos were made in good faith. They dealt with the fact that I was informed by him that he was very ill and that he might not make it. So that kind of became a part of my creative process in dealing with these videos. David was not involved at all in the videos himself because he was busy with treatment and all those other things. So it was kind of my interpretation on the journey he was going through. But they were never intended as an epitaph of his life and career or anything like that. We were just having fun making music videos. Jumping into why I get to talk to you. What was it about this material that said, I need to make this? RNCK, first off, it was because it was like nothing I've ever done before. I've never done anything in space, zero gravity. I've never ever had to deal with one character that would be computer generated and the ramifications of that. So, on one level, it was tantalizing based on the technical aspects of it, but primarily also the story itself, and Yaroslav Kalfares's book, and the ensuing versions of the scripts that we've been dealing with. It's a story that I relate to a lot, in terms of being a person who has a lot of love and passion for what I do. It's almost like a calling, I have to say, and it's always been since I was a child. I tend to go a little too deep into that without regarding the ramifications and the cost that has on other aspects of life. I mean, I think John Lennon was the one who said life is what happens when you're busy doing other things, right? So it had to do with that. I find that very compelling. It's almost like an atonement, you know? I have a bunch of crashed marriages and relationships behind me, so it's a film about a past version of myself. I've come clean. I've woken up. I'm a better human now. One last thing for you. I read you're doing Day of the Triffids. RNCK. No, that one has gone away, actually. The next thing I'm doing is we're making a movie about the last 6 months of Saddam Hussein's life before his execution and the relationship he had with the 12 American soldiers who were guarding him. So it's this kind of weird, revered Stockholm syndrome between this manipulative and charismatic tyrant, so to speak, and the susceptible 12 young men who get a little too close for comfort in the relationship with him. It's a very, very interesting project. Barry Keoghan is attached to play the lead, not Saddam, that is, but the other lead. I read about that as well. Do you think you're filming that this year? RNCK. Oh, yes. This fall. Spaceman is available to stream on Netflix.